Hello again, geometry students. Okay, we're back to this problem again. Now, last time I messed up, but you will never know that. I started a video and I messed it up. Then I realized something. Okay, so the other thing I was talking about in this past video is there is a calculator app, of course, on your iPhone if you have an iPhone. And now one of the things I was confused with was how to do, there's a second button here. So if you have sine, cosine, and tangent here, and you hit second, you have sine -1, cos -1, tan -1. I hope you all can see that. So if you need to do the inverse, you do that. Now, what that means, though, is I have to put, with this particular calculator, I have to put my fraction in first. I also have to remember to make sure this is in degrees, not radians. Bottom left-hand corner, you see degrees? You hit it, and that thing that says rad on top goes away. You don't want radians. Radians is another way to measure angles, but it doesn't give us the right answer for what we're doing. We want it in degrees. So we don't want to see rad. You got to take that away. Okay? Now, you have to keep in mind that these angles are all going to be bigger than like 1 or 2. So these numbers might probably, bigger than 10. If you get a number that's smaller than 10, I get worried. I double check. But the nice thing I noticed is you can do the reverse here. So let's set up our problem before we put it in the calculator. So the first thing I'm going to do is set up our problem. I'm going to say, well, okay, they want to find this. They want to find the question mark, and that is theta. Across from theta, if you remember, we start here at this angle and move all the way across. This will be our opposite. Over here is our 90-degree angle. Across from that is our hypotenuse. Now here's my adjacent. That's the last remaining side, but it doesn't have any information. So it's really useless to me. This thing means nothing to me. Well, all that matters to me is hypotenuse and opposite. So can I find this angle with opposite and hypotenuse? Well, do I have an option? I do. Okay, sine is opposite over hypotenuse. So that means you get this. Sine of theta is opposite over hypotenuse. Now we don't know theta. In this case, it's question mark. Equals opposite over hypotenuse. So sine of theta equals opposite is 39 over hypotenuse, which is 44. Now, of course, since we want to find this, we have to use the inverse sign. Inverse sign means we're doing sine -1 of 39 over 44. Now, if you're using the Texas Instrument calculator, remember how we did it there. We hit second, we hit sine, we got that symbol, we put in 39 divided by 44, hit enter, and got our number. Let's do it on the iPhone calculator. A little bit different. It's kind of reversed. So if you're using the iPhone calculator, I first do 39 divided by 44, right? Then I hit second. Oh, sorry. Let's see what 39 divided by 44. I get that number. Then I hit second, sine of -1. I don't think that works out right. I think I'm going to have a problem with this. Let's try this again. 39 divided by 44 equals not -5. Clear. Oh. Is that what I'm doing? Is that messing me up here? I don't know. Let's see. 39 divided by 44 equals. That number looks good. Second. Look at that. So this gives me that theta is equal to, let's round this up, 62.4 degrees. I don't know if I like using this thing. It's an option. So let's imagine we're doing this again. So I clear it out, make sure I'm in degrees, all clear. Make sure I'm in degrees, not radian. Then I do 39 divided by 44. We get this number. Now this number is just what 39 divided by 44 is. It's not our answer. We have to hit second, sine of negative 1. And that's our answer, 62.4. So that means this angle is 62.4. That's pretty good. Now, let's look at another one. Same idea. Now, this one's not so exciting as I thought it would be because I'm looking for this angle. Go across. This is my opposite, of course, right? Across from the angle we're looking at is our opposite. Then I look at this, the right angle. Across from the right angle is my hypotenuse. 33 is my hypotenuse. Now adjacent is there. And of course it does us no good because there's no number there, there's no value. Jason is completely useless. I'm sorry to all guys named Jason, you're not useless, but this one is. Okay, next. So this means I have opposite of hypotenuse. If we remember from the last problem, we look at these things and we say, well, the only one that works here is opposite over hypotenuse is sine. So sine of theta equals opposite over hypotenuse. Sine of theta, opposite is 26. 33 is our hypotenuse. I really want you to get in the habit of labeling these things when you're doing these problems. It will help you figure them out and make your job so much easier when you get to the math part. Because remember, this math part is mostly using the calculator. This is the only thing you really have to do here. Is know when you're finding the angle, you have to do the switcheroo. The inverse sign, right? When you're finding theta, use the inverse sign. Unlike yesterday, where we put the numbers in and we solved a different way, this you have to do this way to find the angle. So, again, one more time at the iPhone calculator, we make sure we're in degrees, not radians. We do 26 divided by 33. And we get a number. 0.7, that's a really interesting number. 0.7878787878787888. That's a weird number, but that's all right, that's okay. Then I hit second, and that's when sine negative 1 comes up over here, and I hit that, and there we go. I'm going to round this, 51.98. I'm going to say theta equals 52. Now, there is no really way to use these trig functions and do it in your head. There's no trick. You need a calculator to do all these. So you have to get your hands on some sort of calculator. Remember, Desmos. Okay, you can go to the App Store and get it. You can do it on your computer. As I showed you, you can do it on the iPhone. If you have one of these at home, you have that. Actually, what they call a scientific calculator. You don't necessarily need a graphing calculator. You need a scientific calculator. As long as it has sine, cosine, and tangent, you can do the opposite. And so I'll just show you again that this works with this one. So second, right, sine, that gives me the sine of negative 1. And now, remember, we did this one a little bit backwards on this one. I put in these numbers. Next. The other one, I did the division first, and then I used the sine negative 1. On this calculator, it's a little bit nicer. You can do it this way. And 51.9852, just like we said before. Okay, guys, have a good one. I will talk to you tomorrow. Keep working with these trig functions. They're not super, super easy, but if you have a calculator, you can do these, and they're quite actually interesting. I like them. All right, talk to you later.